Hi guys, I'm excited to have you. Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, consider subscribing so that you won't miss any content that I upload. I'm Serem and I'll be taking you through circles. What is a circle? Circle is a round plane figure whose circumference consists of points equidistant from a fixed point that is the center. Here is the center. Uh, we also have the radius, which is the distance from that fixed point. Here is the radius. A cycle contains several paths. It contains an arc. When you extrapolate to the center, it contains a sector. It contains a secant line. It contains a diameter and the point of tangency. You should also know that two radius, when you have two radius, is the same as a single diameter. Equation of a circle with center origin. Let's call here radius. Let's extrapolate this so that we get a point O. Here will be Y and here will be X. So through Pythagoras theorem, to get R, we say R squared is equals to X squared plus Y squared. This gives us the equation to be x squared plus y squared is equals to r squared, and that is the equation of a circle with center. Similarly, we can get the equation of a circle with center hk. Here we call point C, this calls point O. When we extrapolate, so say that we get 90 degrees here, through Pythagoras theorem, to get CP squared is equals to CO squared plus OP squared. Remember, CO is equivalent to x minus h, remember squared, and OP is equivalent to y minus k squared. This will give us the equation equivalent to distance, a formula which is, you will just replace this d with r, say that r squared is equals to x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that is the equation with center hk. Next is the position of a point in relation to a circle. A point B can be either on the circle, can be inside the circle, or can be outside the circle. The difference is, if it's on the circle, the radius is equals to, the distance is equals to the radius. And if it is inside, the radius, the distance is less than the radius. And if it's outside, the distance is greater than radius. The distance is here, and here is the radius. We have a distance here. Here is the radius. That end. If the distance is equals to the radius, then the equation is a squared plus p squared is equals to r squared when it's center 0, 0. And if it is center hk, it will be a minus h squared plus p minus k squared is equals to r squared. If the distance is greater than radius, that means it's outside, then the equation will be a squared plus p squared is greater than r squared if center is 0, 0. Similarly, if center is hk, you will write as a minus h squared plus b minus k squared is equals to r squared. Next is distance from a point O that is x1, y1 to a circle. What is the distance between a circle with equation x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equals to r squared with center O x1 and y1? The ray CO starting with center intersect the circle at point O. This distance between the circle and the point will be the difference of the distance from a point at the origin of the radius of a circle. What I'm trying to say is the distance I'm talking about is here. Here is the radius. So through distance formula, which you have already gotten, is the square root of x1 minus h x1 minus h squared, this minus, plus y minus k squared, remember squared covers all, minus radius. Yeah, consider this example. What is the shortest distance between the circle with the equation x squared plus y squared is equals to r squared at point 3, 4? Through this equation, we get the radius is 3 units. So the circle centered origin has a radius 3, so that the shortest distance between the point and the circle is given by d squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. Remember, x is 3 and y is 4. So we get d is equals to square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared minus radius 3. We get root 25 minus 3, which give us 5 minus 3, so that we get 2 units. Next is orthogonal circles. A circle is said to be orthogonal refers to the geometry of two objects at right angle perpendicular to each other. So let's call this tangent 1, a tangent to this meeting point B. Let's call this radius 1 and this radius 2. Those circles are orthogonals if the sum of the square of radii to the distance between their centers are equal. Example, let's say r1 squared plus r2 squared is equivalent to OA squared. This distance from O to A. Let's consider an example. We are told show that these circles are orthogonal. That means 90 degrees to each other. First, we collect the like term so that we get x squared plus minus 12x plus y squared minus 2y minus 20 is equivalent to 0. Through completing square, we get x minus 6 squared plus y minus 1 y minus 1 squared is equivalent to 39, because you go and add. I know you know the rules of completing square method. so that we get the center to be 6 1, because this positive because it is followed by negative, and radius squared is equivalent to 39. Equivalently, we also do the same for the next equations. We collect the like terms, x squared plus 2x plus y squared minus 4y minus 6 is equals to 0. We get, through completing squared, we get x plus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 11. We get the center to be -1 and 2, and the radius squared is 11. Remember, our formula was r1 squared plus r2 squared is equivalent to OA squared. R1 squared plus R2 squared, that is 39 plus 11, give us 50, and is equals to, you use the distance formula, say that you said 6 minus 1 plus 1 squared plus 1 plus 2, you get 50. This shows that the circles are orthogonal, and orthogonal means 90 degrees to each other. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Support me by subscribing and share. As always, feel free to email me at isaiahkipkoech250@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye. See you.